Today the operational movement instruction, in NATO, refers to the documented, authorized orders used to move military personnel, equipment, and supplies. Movement control is crucial in the initial, rapid stages of operations, requiring coordination and is a key component for the deployment of forces to a theater of operations. The same was true during D-Day and Operation Overlord in 1944.
So our role as a Combat Service Support Regiment, 17 Port Maritime Regiment, is very much two phases. The deployment phase, which we're in now, currently, our role is to load the strategic shipping vessels with all the vehicles and support vehicles that make up, and freight that make up the 7 light mechanized brigade combat team for their deployment on one of the exercises that make up exercise Steadfast Defender. Part of that deployment also is we'll have a team that will receive the vessel when it arrives at what we'd call the file bank, and they'll then offload that vessel and then marry up the vehicles with their drivers and commanders, who will then continue with the exercise. So a crucial role in the deployment. And then later on, at the end of the exercise, we will play the role of redeploying and returning the brigade combat team back to the UK. And very much that's what our role is, and will be for this exercise, but also a number of the other exercises that make up exercise Steadfast Defender. So we have another regiment who will be involved with the movement of the troops. They will fly ahead and meet the vessel, and it's about synchronization and marrying calling forward the vehicles and the troops at the right time. So a real logistical effort that will see 2 regiments that make up 104 Theatre Sustainment Brigade, and as part of our role as in Theatre Enabling Group, it's very much down to us to ensure that we get the vehicles where they need to be and the people in order they can then move on to conduct the exercise, and then same again, recovery at the end of the exercise.
During World War II, the Operational Movement Instruction, issued jointly by the Theatre Chief of Transportation and the British Director of Freight Movements, was the cornerstone of the system governing the flow of supplies and equipment from United Kingdom depots through the ports to the far shore. On the basis of projected daily requirements assembled by the tactical commands, the Chiefs of Supply Services of the Army, Air Forces, and Navy determined from which United Kingdom depots the required supplies and equipment were to be shipped, and indicated to the depots the specific quantities under each priority rating, the destination, and the date of delivery at the far shore. Upon notice from the appropriate Chief of Service, the depot or the supply service headquarters involved would prepare the supplies or equipment for shipment and prepare a separate depot supplies shipment data (DSSD) form covering supplies or equipment for each destination and each date of delivery on the far shore. Copies of this form were then forwarded to the Transportation Corps Operational Branch and the local US RTO or Railway Transport Office at the depot. On the basis of the DSSD and the outloading capacity of the ports, the operational branch published the operational movement instructions. These instructions included the supply shipping index number of the shipment identifying in code the port of loading and the port or beach of destination, a description of the cargo, its dead weight and measurement tonnage, rail or road paths to be followed, and the time of arrival at the ports. These instructions in effect served as an order to the depot to ship certain supplies to specified ports on designated dates, to the railway concerned to move such traffic, and to the port to outload such supplies on the date and to the destinations indicated. As the rail cars or vehicles were dispatched from the depot, the local RTO forwarded by teletype a traffic dispatch advice to the port of embarkation. Upon arrival of the shipment, the port commander manifested the cargo to be loaded aboard a particular ship, drew up a cargo stowage plan showing the cargo's location in the vessel, and prepared a breakdown of manifest for each supply service with cargo aboard. This last form gave a description of the cargo, its tonnage, and hatch location. As the ship was loaded, the port prepared a graphic stowage plan, and indicated the location of any items that would require heavy cargo handling equipment at destination. Once the ships were loaded, their delivery to the far shore was the responsibility of the TURCO, the Turnaround Control Organization.
that make up, and freight that make up the 7 light mechanized brigade combat team for their deployment on one of the exercises that make up exercise Steadfast Defender. We will play the role of redeploying and returning the brigade combat team back to the UK, and very much that's what our role is, and will be for this exercise. Recovery at the end of the exercise.